Getting over him. I got no rules, I count 'em.
Hey guys, it's Bree. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you a 5 first impressions. So these are 5 products I've never tested out before. If you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe. And if you want to see how these 5 products worked, just keep watching. Okay guys, so for my first impressions, I actually got a Voxbox. I didn't do an unboxing because it was a while ago, but it was a Covergirl Healthy Voxbox. So it came with this Vitalist Healthy Glow Highlighter Illuminator, and it is a cream highlighter. It also came with a powder and a concealer. It's a concealer, like a brush concealer that twists up. So I'm going to start out with that. Okay, I already twisted it because I know they take forever. I'm just going to go lightly because I feel like this is going to be really thick. And it's very yellow. This is a very yellow concealer. Okay, so let's see what shade this is. I hate it because I don't think the shade is on here. I think it was on the box, and I'm pretty sure this is fair, and this is not very light. Like, if you were fair, this would be too dark for you. Sometimes with concealers that feel heavier like this, I like to spray my sponge and then go ahead and try to blend it out. For how thick it felt, you can still completely see my darkness under my eyes. It blended out fine. It almost looks like it blended out to nothing. It added a little bit of brightness under my eyes. I'm actually gonna just take this Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define and just add a little bit under my eyes to try to cover up a little bit more of that darkness. I'm still testing this concealer out. I actually just used it. Okay, see the difference? See how brightened my under eyes look? And my darkness is actually concealed. Okay, and then this powder looks like it's gonna be too dark for my under eyes, but I will set my whole face with this. Yeah, that looks a little too dark for my under eyes. So really quick, I'm going to set my under eyes with my Maybelline Fit Me powder. Just set my under eyes with that. I'm going to try to highlight the rest of my face with this concealer and see what I think. For my under eyes, I don't like it. I mean, it almost blends out to nothing. I don't feel like it highlighted at all. And I'm pretty sure that was fair. The shade was fair. And if fair doesn't highlight my skin, I don't think I really like this. I'll continue to test it out a little bit, but it kind of just doesn't do what I need from a concealer. I'm just taking this Morphe M530 and dusting away any excess powder from under my eyes. So before I powder my face, I'm gonna take this CoverGirl Vitalist Healthy Glow highlighter. None of these have the shades on them, so that's really obnoxious. It is the white, it's very white, pearly shade. So it's just a cream highlighter. This out with my finger before I powder my face. It almost looks like it's disrupting my foundation. It looks fine. It looks a little chunky and it's making me look like I have texture when I normally don't have texture right here. I think it just might be a little too chunky. Okay, going over it with the beauty sponge helped diffuse that out. Okay. Okay, I like it better when I go over it with the sponge, so that looks much better. I was like, man, we're not off to a very good start. So then I'm going to take the CoverGirl Vitalist Healthy Powder. This is the shade Classic Ivory. And then I'm going to take this Morphe E41 powder brush and just set the rest of my face. My under eyes look a little crazy because the rest of my face didn't get very highlighted from that concealer. And then my last two first impressions are these two lippies. This is the BareMinerals Swank matte lipstick, and then I'm going to go over the top of it with this ABH lip gloss in Neon Apple. I thought these two would look really cute together. I've never tried BareMinerals liquid lipstick, so we'll see. I like that color. Okay, so it's not very... I'm gonna see if it'll dry down. The color's really pretty, but it's not very opaque. I had to go over it about 3 times. It feels very lightweight. I don't know if it's gonna dry down. It kind of feels like it's not gonna dry down. Okay, so while that's drying down, I'm gonna go contour. I'm gonna contour with my Tarte Park Avenue Princess Chisel palette and this Morphe R2 brush. Okay, so I just contoured my whole face and that lipstick still isn't dry. So I don't think it dries all the way down to matte. So then this last first impressions is the Neon Apple lip gloss from ABH. I got this from TJ Maxx a while ago and I still have never used it. This is what it looks like. Very vibrant. I think it'll look really good on the center of my lips. It's a very pigmented gloss. I like that combo. Yeah, that looks really pretty. So just finishing up the rest of my makeup, gonna go in with my Butter Bronzer by Physicians Formula. And then going in with this, taking my Tarte Blush Bliss and picking up Genuine. So I did lay down that highlighter, the CoverGirl one, or I always like to go over a cream highlighter with a powder highlighter. So I'm going to pick up this Mary Luminizer by the Balm. This highlighter is so intense. So I'm just going to go into my Maybelline Eye Studio Gel Liner. And I'm just going to line my waterline and tightline with this. Okay, so I'm going to go finish up the rest of my eyes and I will be right back to tell you my first impressions. Okay guys, so this is the finished look. I set my face with the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. I think I showed you everything else that was on my face. This eyeshadow look I did film. I will link it down below and in the eye over here so you can check it out. So this is the finished product using these first impressions. I'm going to go through and just kind of tell you my first thoughts and what I think about them. I am doing a foundation wear test on this foundation, so I will actually do another check-in at the end of the night, update you guys on what I think worked and what I think didn't work in these first impressions. Okay, so the first impressions I tested out was this CoverGirl Vitalist Healthy Concealer. I don't really like this. If The shade is pretty dark for it being fair, and I think that's the lightest shade that they have in this. It is very yellow as well, so I didn't like it. I actually ended up adding a different concealer on top to just add a little brightness under my eyes. So I don't think I will reach for this again. Even I concealed up here, down my nose, my chin, and it doesn't look highlighted at all. Like, this kind of just blended into nothing. If you don't have a lot to conceal under your eyes, maybe you would like this. It was lightweight. It didn't feel heavy or greasy or anything like that. It just is not what I'm looking for in a concealer. I probably am going to end up giving this away. It's just, I have too much darkness. I have too much going on under my eyes to use this, and it also instantly creased. And I have really bad creasy under eyes, so this one is just not going to work for me. That was kind of a fail. Then I used this CoverGirl Vitalist Healthy Powder. I liked it. I mean, it's just a powder. It's a pressed powder. I use it to set my face. It set my face nicely. I will tell you guys at the end of the day if it wore weird, if it rubbed off. Everything blended over the top of it really nicely. So, I mean, it's a good pressed powder. Not anything that I'm like dying over, but it's pressed powder. Then I use this Vitalist Healthy Glow. It is a cream highlighter. I did put a powder highlighter over the top. At first I did not like it. It looked very chunky, very textured right here on my cheeks, which normally right here I don't have a lot of texture, so that was weird. Once I smoothed it out though with my beauty sponge, it looked a lot better. So I tapped it out with my finger, went over it with my sponge, and that blended it out really nicely, made it look very seamless. Then I set the rest of my face and added a powder highlight over the top, and I think it looks really good. I don't think I would use this on my own, but I do like cream highlighters to put down and then put a powder over the top to make a highlight very, very intense. So I will probably continue to use this. I did like that. And the last two first impressions were lippies. This BareMinerals matte lipstick is not matte. It didn't dry down. I contoured my whole face waiting for this to dry down, and it didn't dry down. It already looks like it has smeared over here, which is weird because I haven't done anything for it to smear, so that's kind of annoying. The color is gorgeous. It's very comfortable on the lips, so I don't think it dries down all the way, but it is comfortable. The color is very pretty, so I think I would use this again. Just don't plan on it being there and staying there all day. This definitely feels like a lipstick that you will have to reapply. And then the last is this Anastasia Beverly Hills lip gloss. Neon Apple. I really like this. I think if I paired it with a red lipstick, it would look so pretty and juicy. And these lip glosses are they have a ton of color to them. I was very surprised when I put this on. I just mixed them together. I tried to kind of ombre them, but it didn't work because that BareMinerals did not dry down, so it just kind of all mixed together. It looks pretty. I like the color that it turned out on my lips. So I do like the lip gloss. I will probably use that again and again. I probably will use the BareMinerals again too. I just know that I'm going to have to reapply it throughout the day though. Okay guys, so it is the end of the night. My makeup has been on for about 8 hours. So I'm trying to think. The concealer was just a flop. It was a flop at the beginning of putting my makeup on, so it's just not something that I will reach for ever again. It didn't cover anything. It didn't highlight at all. That was the shade Fair, and it wasn't light enough for me, and I'm not that fair, so that's pretty crazy. There is quite a bit of creasing under my eyes, which it could have been either of those concealers. Also, I did put that concealer on my forehead, and I feel like these lines look worse than they normally do, and I wonder if that is why. The highlighter, my highlight has wore out a lot. It's not as blinding as it was, but the base is still there, and I think when you use a cream highlighter and then a powder highlighter, that really helps it stay all day. So I will use that again. The lipsticks, the BareMinerals was really pretty. I would use it again, but it doesn't dry down all the way. The lip gloss was really pretty. I would use that again. And the powder set my face really good. Everything is still there. Everything blended out really nicely. All my makeup is still here. I think it looks great. So I would use everything again except for that concealer. So pretty good 5 first impressions. So yeah, those were all of my thoughts on these 5 first impressions. If you like first impression videos, make sure to give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. I post 3 videos every week. Like I said, I did film this eye look, and I'm filming a foundation wear test on this foundation. So if you want to see those, I will link them down below and in the eye over here. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in my next video.
Over him, I got no rules, I count 'em.